folks, welcome back to Calvin's Got Game. Today I'm continuing on my series of games that I enjoy playing into my favorites that start with a certain letter of the alphabet. Today we're on letter H, so we're going to go through the games that I think are enjoyable to play, and also the top games, the ones in the top, are pretty much my favorites. So before we get going with the list here, let's hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Guys, I got a lot of people watching that are unsubscribed. I sure would like to have you subscribed. And also, if you'd hit that like button, that let YouTube know that, hey, these videos are being liked. Somebody likes what I'm doing here. And also, if you'll hit that bell for notifications, woo, I'd appreciate that as well. All right, so let's get started with games that start with the letter H. All right, number 10 is Hot Shots. Hot Shots is you're these firefighters, and now we're not talking about going into a burning house or anything, but this is out in the open to where you have, and the components of this game are pretty cool. They got these little flames, little plastic flames that you set up everywhere that's on fire. It's just a really nice table presence. But each of you have a special ability. You could be the guy who goes out and saws things down. I don't know what all of them are called. I can't remember. I don't actually own this game, but I have some folks in my game group that do, and we get to play it when they come around. So I don't feel like I have to own it. It is a good game, and if they didn't own it, it would be in my collection. So Hot Shots, you're going around putting out fires over this massive area, and you can't let so many tiles burn up. If they get so many flames on them, there's a limit on some of them, how many they can have. If they burn up, they flip them over and it looks all charred and burn up. But if you can't let too many of them get that away. So it is a cooperative game for sure, and it is a little challenging. Guys, it's a lot of fun. You have to deal with wind direction and other things. That's why Hot Shots is my number 10. Number 9 is a zombie kind of game called Hit Z Road. Hit Z Road is a game where this family was on vacation. This kid makes his own board game. The components look like bottle caps, some ID badges that he found, a deck of playing cards that he kind of mocked up to make the event decks and other things. It's really, really good. There's some matchbook looking things in there as well, that from hotels that he's used to make the game components. The game is about going through certain runs. You'll have so many runs with 3 cards each in them, and you've got to pick which one you're going to go through. All of you can't go through the same one, so if one picks that one, then they have to go through that challenge, and then the others have to go through the other ones, depending on how many players. But it is a good game. I think it's fun. The components are probably one of the best parts about the game. Having those weird little components. They're cardboard chit, but they look like bottle caps and things like that. But Hit Z Road is a good family weight game if you enjoy that kind of game to where you're trying to get through zombies and mowing them down. It is a good game. That's why Hit Z Road is my number 9. Number 8 is a roll and write. Now, I like roll and writes. I'm not a huge fan of roll and writes, but I enjoy them. Number 8 is Harvest Dice. The reason I like Harvest Dice is you have these dice that are green, orange, red. So you're going to have carrots, lettuce, and tomatoes in your garden. And so when you roll the dice, you have to take a certain number, and they have numbers across the top on the score sheet. And you're going to draw a tomato, a piece of lettuce, or a carrot, depending on what color dice you took in that garden. But next, if you take another carrot, you'd say you put a carrot in a square, a number 3, and you take a 4 carrot. Well, the 4 carrot has to go beside the one you just drew in. So you'd put a 4 carrot. If that 4 space is open, you'd put a 4 carrot next to the 3 carrot. Can't go diagonal. It has to go, whatever you call it, beside it. I can't think of what it's called right now. But anyway, Harvest Dice, a lot of fun. My wife really enjoys it. It is a lot of fun, and you just try to get your garden planted in an organized way. Man, I can't talk today. An organized way so that everything is kind of together. You don't want to plant lettuce way over here by a tomato. You don't want to plant a tomato way over here by a carrot. Everything's laid out in a garden like it should be. Harvest Dice is such a fun game. It's number 8 on my list. And if you like rolling rights, this one you ought to check out. Number 7 is kind of an older game, very hard to find. And if you do find it, it's very expensive. It's called Hotels. This game is, I don't even know when it's put out. Probably in the late 90s maybe, when it first came out. Hotels has these 3-dimensional hotels. I'm talking tall. They stick up on the board. You definitely know this thing has table presence. The only thing is it's a roll and move, kind of like Monopoly. You're going around and you're going to bleed everybody dry with the properties that you own and win the game. That's it. But it is such a good looking table presence game, and the pieces are great, that you first buy the land tile. There's nothing on it. It's not developed. Well, if another person hits a space where they could actually buy that land before you've developed it, they could take it. So you're really wanting to hope you hit a build space, because it's roll of the dice, roll and move, luck of the space you hit to be able to build or not. And also they have a dice that's got a red dot, a green dot, and a half price dot that you roll to see if you can build and how much it's going to cost you, whether it's full price, half price, or the people say no, you can't build. So it's one of those things that's very luck driven, but the pieces make this game. Hotels is my number 7. It was the Monopoly killer for me when I was younger. This game is fantastic. If you can find it, I think they remade one by Asmodee called Hotel Tycoon. Almost like it. The components aren't near as nice, but it's kind of similar. So, all right, let's move on to my number 6. Number 6 is Hero Realms, and I know most of you like Hero Realms out there. At least a lot of people I talk to love Hero Realms. Hero Realms is got a hero, you're building your deck, it's a deck builder, and you're trying to destroy the other heroes. And what's really cool about this game is there can be up to 4 players in this game. It's probably better to 2-player, but you can add more players if you want. Hero Realms is that deck builder. You're trying to get cards in there that's going to do damage, block, all kinds of different things. But this game is a lot of fun. If you enjoy that style of game where it's a kind of a combative back and forth, I think you'll really enjoy Hero Realms or Star Realms. It's up to you. But Hero Realms is my number 6 because it started with an H. Number 5 is Holding On to the Troubled Life of Billy Kerr. I still haven't found out all the things about the poor troubled life of Billy Kerr. I'm trying, but he's not very cooperative because he dummies up sometimes and he doesn't want to tell you what's going on. So in this game, you are a group of nurses that are taking care of Billy Kerr, and you're trying to get him to open up about his past so you can help him resolve his issues, hopefully before anything bad happens to him, right? Because he's holding on. Guys, this game is difficult. The first couple of scenarios wasn't so bad. Third, fourth, a little more difficult. I think maybe we're on the 4th. And the 4th one is, man, I can't get past it. So it's pretty tough. It's a cooperative game. So one person's the head charge nurse or whatever you want to call them. The director of nursing, DON. And so they're going to assign people to you can all work together and discuss it. They're going to assign people to things that happen to Billy throughout the day. Because you're going to flip a card, he may be stable. You may not have to send anybody there, and you can do some other things. You can ask him questions at that point, and then you can do other things. And it all gets resolved at the end. So you're going to do all the hours of the day or shifts. They call them shifts. And you've got to put nurses out. if you don't put anybody there, his health is going to deteriorate. Or if you don't put enough, he's going to deteriorate. And yes, Billy could expire on you if you don't take care of him. And that'll end the game. It's one way the game ends. Guys, holding on to the troubled life of Billy Kerr is a great cooperative game. Poor Billy's got a lot going on, so you're going to have to really help him out. But if you get a chance to play it, I think you might enjoy it. I think probably some nurses and stuff would enjoy this game if they played it. If you got a friend that's a nurse, they might enjoy this game. All right, let's go on to my number 4. Number 4 is Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle is I've never seen any of the movies, and I know people can comment and say, man, where have you been? I don't watch them, sorry. But I enjoy the game. And I don't think you have to watch the movies or be a Harry Potter fanatic to enjoy this game where you're deck building, you're trying to take out the bad guys before they take over certain locations. And basically it's just casting spells and doing things and playing cards out of your hand to help your other players. This is a cooperative game to defeat the bad guys. And it goes through 7 books, and each book you open as you go. So you start out with book 1, you set it all up, it tells you how to set it up. Then you go to book 2, book 3, book 4, all the way to book 7. And there's things in there that change. You have to read new rules in the box that comes with it. Guys, it's a lot of fun. I think the game's great, even though I'm not a Harry Potter fanboy. I think it's a great game. So if you don't even know anything about Harry Potter, then I think you'll still enjoy the game. Number 4 is Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle for me. Number 3 is Hostage Negotiator. Hostage Negotiator is a single player game. And some of the scenarios in this game are a little sensitive, I suppose, to certain times of the year or certain things that go on, events that happen in our day-to-day lives now. There's some events that are very troubling, and you're trying to be a hostage negotiator to resolve the situation peacefully, or sometimes you may not be able to solve it peacefully. The game's a lot of fun, a lot of chance on dice. If you don't like rolling dice, the luck of it, then this probably is not for you. But if you like the deck building aspect, buying some cards, and trying to mitigate what goes on, I think you'll enjoy this game. Hostage Negotiator is not easy. It's a single player game. It is a little difficult, some of them. And some of the subjects are a little sensitive, I would say. There was a couple of them one of them I related to. I've never done that, but I've seen it in headlines before. So I was like, wow, this is really something. So very good game. Components are great. If you haven't played it, Hostage Negotiator, single player game. Guys, you can get it to the table for sure by yourself. So Hostage Negotiator is my number 3. Number 2 is Horrified. Who doesn't like Horrified? Those Universal monsters are great. They all have certain conditions you have to meet to be able to get them off the board. It's a cooperative game. Each one of the monsters are different. You fight like 3 of them at a time. You're rescuing citizens. Guys, if you haven't played Horrified, I don't know where you've been, because this game has been everywhere. I don't actually own Horrified because my game group owns it. I think a couple of them own it. So I can always get to play it there. So I get my fix of Horrified in my game group. Guys, it is a lot of fun. It's a cooperative game. If you haven't ever played it, you must go check it out. Number 2 is Horrified for me. Number 1 is Heroes of Terranoth. Heroes of Terranoth. You have a deck of cards as a hero, and you're trying to take out the bad guys. It's just a card game. Almost, I don't want to call it, what is that game like? Kind of like, what is that game called? I'm drawing a blank, people. Yep, that's what it is. Oh, Crossfire. Good gravy. My brain said, I don't know. All right, so the Crossfire game. Anyway, I'm not gonna go through it anymore. But anyway, it's a card game where you're trying to take out the bad guys and not die. It's a mission based game. Heroes of Terranoth is a lot of fun. I enjoyed. If you like the world of Terranoth, you'll enjoy Heroes of Terranoth. Guys, I'm sorry I couldn't remember these games. I don't even know where I put them. Oh, Dragonfire or Shadowrun Crossfire. That's what it's kind of like. Going through a little scenario. Whew! They're right up there on my shelf and I couldn't see them. All right, guys. That's the list of H games. If you haven't watched these, I've started at A. I'm going to go through Z. I may not have 10 games in every letter, but I'm going to give you as many as I got. Guys, remember, get a board game to the table. Spend time with your friends and your family. And thank you for watching. Once again, Calvin's Got Game.